Hello and welcome to my video. If you're new here, my husband, dog and I recently moved from Sydney to our 100-acre property in Tasmania. I hope you will join us as we discover the most beautiful parts of Tasmania, learn to live in a tiny house and a large property, and eventually start building our house. Hi everyone, today's video is part 3 of our driveway. The part 2 video was a couple of weeks ago, so I'll give you a quick recap. We were planning on only getting the first 300 meters cut and then laying and spreading out the gravel ourselves, but our excavator driver was a legend and got heaps more done than we expected, so he ended up cutting the whole driveway, and then half of the driveway was covered by gravel, and that's when we took the opportunity to move the bus, and that's where we ended part 2. We didn't end up having the week of rain that was forecasted, but we got very heavy rain on the Saturday and for the whole day. And we even got enough rain that our driest dam is a fairly deep puddle. So it was not an insignificant amount of water, that's for sure. Our excavator driver was called Tim. Tim fitted drainage piping and cut in gutters along the driveway. And they're working very well. Even the day after the heavy rains, it was still sort of draining away bit by bit. We tried driving up the driveway in the Hilux, but it was so slippery. We ended up getting up and down from the top by going off-road and driving on the grass next to the driveway. We did that for about a week while the driveway dried out. I kept my car at the top of the driveway, knowing that I didn't feel comfortable driving it off-road, and if I needed to go anywhere, I would either walk up the driveway or Luke would come and pick me up and drop me off at the top. Tim came back about a week and a half after we moved the bus to finish the gravel and to connect to the communal driveway at the top. He stopped where he did before because the bus was in the way of where we wanted to put the top of the driveway. Instead of going around the containers and to the corner to go through the gate, we wanted to go straight out from the driveway. So we don't like the place where they put our gate, so we are moving the gate. Like, as a reminder, the excavator had to push the truck out of the driveway. We're going to be eventually building down here. There's going to be cement trucks and all sorts of trucks coming up and down our driveway, and we just want it to be the easiest line for them to drive up and out and also for ourselves. The gravel that they've added as a top layer, which they'd only done half of the driveway, really helps to keep the driveway from getting slippery when it rains. It gives the tyres more traction and it doesn't get muddy. All the rocks near the pipes actually came out of the ground where he was digging. Our land is quite rocky and it slowed him down a little, but it came in useful as well. We lost count of the number of gravel deliveries we had, but it ended up being more than 12, and we're not looking forward to the final bill. While Tim was there and we were chatting and having a break, he suggested cutting the flat section for the containers and the water tank between the truck deliveries. We weren't sure where we wanted to put it because we didn't want to block our 360-degree views, but Tim suggested the perfect spot on the other side of the driveway at the bottom, which means we can still see them, but they don't take up a big chunk of our view because they're far away. So he whipped it up a level spot, and they delivered gravel for that too. He did that very quickly. So the containers will be coming down in about a month or so, because Tim recommended not letting trucks go up and down our driveway now that this final scrape's been done for about a month. He said to let cars go up and down and squash the gravel in, and then once it's had time to dry out and settle and be squashed in, then trucks will be okay to drive down the driveway. Luke's trying to measure it up.
13.2 metres here.
Yeah, perfect. What did we ask for? 13.
I said just a bit over 12.
Yeah, perfect. Some questions I've had and I hadn't thought to answer in previous videos. Our driveway is about 700 metres long. The sides where they've cut in will eventually grow with grass, and that should stop erosion. We still need to do the top layer of gravel, which would be finer gravel. We've decided we're going to wait till after we've built the house because, as I said, trucks will be going up and down. Instead of making it perfect now and having trucks damage it, we'll just wait for the house to be built, and then once it's done, we can finalize the driveway. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, feel free to give it a like. It really helps me out. I upload some Sundays with all sorts of weird and wonderful videos I find interesting, and I hope to see you then. Bye!